Hello and welcome back to the Sunday special episode of the U Up Podcast. I'm Jordana Abraham.
And I'm Jared Freed. So good to be back here with you, Jordana. We love a Sunday special.
Love a Sunday special. Happy Mother's Day.
Is it Mother's Day?
It's Mother's Day.
Holy motherfucking shit.
Are you going to be with your mom?
Right now I'm in Barcelona.
Ooh.
Yep. That's where I'm extending my trip.
I love it.
I'll have full report
Love
once
Barcelona.
I'm back.
Great weather.
I've never
usually.
been.
It's wonderful.
So this was like an opportunity because I'm in Europe doing the shows.
Got a Park Well.
Got a what?
Park Well. It's like the park there. It's like a very cool architecture. Of the
Oh,
park.
really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Gaudi. I don't know if I'm saying any of these things right, but
Little Gouds.
yeah, it's like the architect who does like all of the Spanish architecture.
I'm
there.
excited.
Yeah.
I've never been. I'm gonna go do a couple.
There's a beach there. Oh, such a great city.
Is it warm this time? I guess I'm.
I think it's warmer than it will be here. I don't know how warm, but I'm pretty sure it's warmer than it is here.
I looked it up. Like there was no real beach weather for me to go after this like European thing. So I was like, let me go to a city that I would never go to or have never been to. Ended on Barcelona.
I love it.
So
I
I'm
think
there
that's gonna be
right
great.
now. But I'm flying directly back I'm taking the direct flight Barcelona to Chicago
Amazing.
for our live show.
It's going to be great. If you don't have tickets, I'm not sure if there's any left. If there are, go get them. Betches.co/UUpLive. I will be, if it's the 14th, I am leaving San Francisco and I'm headed to Cabo.
Off to Cabo.
Off to Cabo. I've only been to Cabo once, but I really liked it there.
I've never been.
It's beautiful.
You liked it?
Yeah, great. Like it's not like as humid from what I remember as like maybe like the Mexico that's closer to the East Coast.
Right.
Just like beautiful scenery.
Cabo doesn't fit into my rules of beach by noon.
It is. Well, I'm coming from San Francisco.
Right. I'm
so-
saying this makes it right.
Yes.
So, Cabo, the beach by noon rules is you have to be able to go somewhere for the weekend that you could get
to.
to the beach by noon.
Yes.
And if you're going East Coast to West Coast, you can never do that.
Well, this might be an exception to that because the West Coast is 3 hours before, right? So let's
Right.
say you found a direct flight to Cabo that was at like 7 a.m.
New York to Cabo. Yeah, then I
6
guess
hours, you get in at 10. Beach by noon.
Wow, I never
Make it
really thought
happen.
about it that way.
Depends how ambitious you want to be.
I'm pretty ambi.
All right. I'll let you know if it's worth the trip.
I can't wait. What do you guys? Is just you and Mike?
Just me and Mike. We figure we're gonna be in San Francisco visiting both of our brothers and our new niece. His brother had a baby.
Love it.
So we're gonna do some family time. We're gonna do some just us time, and then we'll meet you in Chicago for our show. And I'm excited to meet your brother and your brother's fiance, who
Right.
I've seen. I feel like I've met them because I follow them on Instagram.
It's such a
and
weird thing, like the whole like social media aspect of things, where you're like, I feel like I know these people, but I don't.
Yeah,
Because I'm
and
always
from hearing
one,
you talk about him, too,
right?
Yeah.
I'm always one to admit to that. Like if you go on a date and you've seen things online that they
Right.
have put out there, like whenever someone has had a birthday, and my last thought is like seeing an Instagram story of their birthday, I go, "Happy birthday." I think that's an easier life, even though it
Yeah.
sounds a little
No,
weird.
I don't think it's weird. It's like the world that we live in. We've got to like
Right.
update our attitudes as they go with the times. Like, what it'd be weird if I met your brother and I pretended I didn't know that he was engaged. You know that his fiance won an Emmy. Like I know,
Yeah.
they moved in. The apartment looks great.
She won an Emmy?
I think so.
Oh my God, I just
Right?
found out.
Yeah.
No, yeah.
Unless that was someone else. I think that was her.
No, that was her. Yeah, she's great.
Yeah.
We're all excited. And we love the U Up Live shows are just such a fun experience. Just the crowd, we come together as one.
Yeah, it's like family. We're going to be like, and our literal family is going to be there.
That's
so
right.
It's going to be a really great, intimate show. I love Chicago in the summer. It's going to be great.
Best time of year. What are we talking about today? Oh, now that I'm back, I'm going to be on the road.
Oh, yeah. Where are you going?
For those who are wondering, I'm going to be doing stand-up again. Well, first of all, we are going to New York. We do Chicago, Philadelphia, D.C. D.C. tickets are like going. Philadelphia, pick it up a bit. Boston, New York. So we're doing live shows all over the East Coast. Get your tickets now, betches.co/UUpLive. And then I'm going to be in with my new material.
New materials.
New materials. Kansas City, Nashville, Stamford, Connecticut, Lexington, Kentucky. I love saying that. Lexington, Kentucky. Right? It's fun.
Rolls off the tongue.
Really does. Charlotte, North Carolina. So Shows I'm adding to the calendar too. I think DC's getting added, and so is Hotlanta.
That's great.
So if they're not there, don't DM me. Where are they? They're coming. JaredFreed.com. JaredFreed.com.
They'll be there soon. When are these tickets are up until when? Like June?
Oh, that's through the summer.
Oh, through the summer.
Like I'm getting ahead.
Check out the website whenever you're feeling like you need some Jared Freed. Bless you. Are you sick? Did you have COVID? After
We
all
went
the
over
talk
this.
last episode about you never having COVID?
I do have allergies.
Oh, wow.
I get allergies, and that's a new recent
Deal
thing for
breaker.
me. Yeah, I'm out. I get
Seasonal allergies.
itchy throat and sneezing.
Okay, so this is just allergies.
And I have this thing where I'll itch the back of my throat. I use my tongue and I go, and I
I've
feel like
done
I
that.
look crazy.
Yeah, I've done that. I get what you said.
I
Yeah.
get kind of self-conscious about it.
How
'cause
else are you supposed to stick your finger in your mouth?
I'm not an animal.
Right. So how else do you itch the tonsils?
I don't even know. I have no idea. So I don't know. Do they have allergies in Europe?
Yeah, they have allergies. They have mosquitoes in London.
They got
as we
mosquitoes in
discussed.
London.
Yeah,
That's gonna be the name of my album. Mosquitoes
in London. Allergies in Europe.
Man,
Yeah, I just booked a trip to Europe for
where are you going?
August, Italy.
Italy.
Yeah,
Where in Italy?
Lake Como and Tuscany.
Como and Tuscany.
Very excited.
Have you been to Como before?
I haven't.
My brother and his fiance, they went.
Yeah,
Loved it.
loved it.
Loved it. Had
Italy.
a great time.
Everyone loves Italy.
Everyone loves
Italy
Italy.
is
I
just
can't say the
amazing.
same for France.
Yeah, people have mixed feelings about Fra.
Right, I agree.
Italy, I feel like you've got to try really hard to hate Italy.
Well, it's like a family member. If they can cook, you're good.
And it's beautiful.
Beautiful
too.
cook, but
Yeah.
I'm saying like if you like their food, you're gonna deal with whoever comes across.
Right.
Italians,
But
great
they're also,
food,
they love Americans.
and
though,
they
too.
right,
Yeah.
they do love Americans. French, they could do without us.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I want to be beloved if I go to your country.
Italy.
Italy, that's
I'm
great.
excited.
So you're gonna do Como on the lake, you and Clooney.
Me and Clooney, Mike might be there too. We'll see.
If
Yeah.
he writes the right card.
Yeah.
He'll be good to
Exactly.
go.
We'll see. It's before my birthday, so he'll probably be fine.
This is a great trip.
Yeah.
I love it. What are you gonna do in Tuscany?
There's like wineries.
Yeah.
We're doing a couple days there. And then Florence, where I went abroad. So I'll show him my old stomping grounds.
Oh,
And
I
you
went
went
abroad
abroad
there
there,
too.
too.
Yob.
Yeah, but
Did
yeah.
you go to Yob?
Of course. We would always lose our exit cards and they would like not let
Oh
us
my
leave.
God. I used to eat the popcorn at Yob.
Really?
So Yob had, I love
So you weren't
popcorn.
hooking up abroad.
Not very
Okay.
much.
Okay.
I used to, Yob is a club
It's
in
funny
Florence.
you call it Yob. I call it Yab, but that's
Yab,
what-
Yob.
Yob.
Jordana.
You know what it stands for?
You are beautiful.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
So I used to go, there was Yob, and then there was, what was the other
There was like
clubs?
Twice, which was like
They
a club.
change all the time, but we're from a certain
Space
era.
is the newer
Space.
one, yeah.
I remember Space. So, and then there was Faces. Did you have Faces?
I don't remember.
So across the Arno would be.
You just said that in the jappiest way possible.
I went across the Arno.
Arno.
There was a Starbucks.
The Massimo with the leather jackets. Was that guy there when you were there?
I remember hearing of Massimo.
Okay.
There was like a bouncer that everyone knew. Like everyone,
Abraham?
Yes, everyone
Yeah.
knew this guy.
Oh, yeah.
He's like a famous. He was like a famous guy.
Yeah. He's like the promoter for all the clubs.
He was the promoter. It's crazy
He's
how
still
it,
there.
like,
Yeah.
I'm
He was there when
older.
my sister was there too. My sister's like 5 years younger than me, and you're like, so it's been the 10 years. That's a span, yeah.
I think he had some legal issues.
Allegedly, if you're
Allegedly,
listening.
I don't know.
Yeah.
We might want to cut this out. I don't know. I think hearing that he was like involved with like
Other bad things.
worse than we ever want to get into on this
Oh,
pod.
wow.
I don't know.
He was so nice. I probably still have his number.
he was huge, a mountain of a man.
Yeah.
So we used to go to Yob, and I would have the popcorn. I would get hammered, and I eat when I'm drunk. As people who will see my stand-up special will know.
McDonald's saga. That
The
was hysterical. One of the funniest stories I heard in all of 2022.
Thank you. So I would sit there at the bar, and they'd have these big things of popcorn, and the popcorn was spicy for some reason.
Oh.
And I would be eating so much popcorn, and I'd be so drunk that literally there was a circle of popcorn around me because I was eating it like a disgusting animal,
Just in the corner by yourself?
eating popcorn, chilling.
Wow.
And we used to go to this place called Faces before. You didn't have Faces? It might have closed down where they would give you the champagne bottle with the straw in it.
I don't think that was a thing when I was there.
That was a big thing where you could pay €10 and it was all you could drink. And
Wow.
everyone would get hammered and they'd walk around with full champagne bottles with straws in them.
I mean, I feel like if that existed, we would have been there.
Right. Yeah. I think that they probably ran into some sort of money or legal troubles based on what I just told you. Yeah.
But that sounds fun. Maybe I'll see if that's open again when I'm there with Mike.
Do you think people do that? Do you think they go later in life, they're like, let's go see the places I went study abroad?
I kind of want to just check out if they're still there, especially at the restaurants we used to go to. I remember there was like an American diner that we would go to when we were like over Italian food.
Oh my God, the diner.
Yeah.
I would get eggs and think it was like a big deal.
Well, you'd be like, oh, I've been eating Italian food is obviously amazing, but you'd be like, all right, it's nice to have like a chicken Caesar wrap. Something.
I remember that place, and there was also there was Aqua al Due.
Oh yeah, that was a big one. Now they have that in Washington D.C. I think.
The chocolate steak or the blueberry steak at Aqua al Due. Yes. That was like a parent place.
Yes.
And then
La
there was
Giostra.
La Giostra with the king.
I made a reservation there.
You did?
I did.
I saw as a gift to my friends when they got married, they went on their honeymoon to Florence. And I paid for their dinner at La Giostra.
That's a great gift. It's funny because we would go there abroad, but it was like very expensive. We usually go when like someone's parents were in town and they took everyone there.
Right. And it showed you kind of the power of marketing because there would be what they had was
a prince.
There was a prince and a king.
Yes.
And the king I heard is dead. The prince is dead. The old prince is dead, and now the son has taken over the mantle.
Something like that.
And he'd be in this jewelry. He was all these
the
bracelets, and he would walk around, and supposedly he was the descendant of a Medici or some shit. And he would come over, and you would go, and he'd give you a bunch of food, and you'd be like, on the house from us. No, and they kept giving you all this free shit, and you'd be like, we must be something. He really is treating us.
Yeah.
And then you'd see the next table he's doing on the house. And you're like, he does this for everybody.
That's marketing.
Yeah. Are you going to go?
I'm going to go.
You got to go. Yeah.
Of course. I mean, the food was great from what I remember. So.
It's all good there.
That's true.
I that is a thing where it's the ingredients. I think that's
what they say. All the fucking American theory. It's the bread. They put less water or salt in it. I don't know, some shit.
They gotta have better produce than what we got. I just remember the tomatoes tasting like a tomato should.
Yeah, and I'll see that in the Tuscan wineries. Hopefully,
I hope so too. Well, this is a good preview of your trip.
Yeah, I'll let you know if it all pans out in this way.
If they serve you radishes, I want you to throw them at them.
That doesn't sound like some shit the Italians would pull.
Well, that's the thing. That's why people don't like Franc.
The only thing the Italians give you that no one likes is limoncello.
No one likes.
You like limoncello?
I love a limoncello.
I feel like in your heart of hearts, you are a middle-aged woman.
Maybe so, yeah. It's a little syrupy, but it's delicious. You don't like a limoncello? Limoncello shots?
So sweet.
It is very sweet.
You do like citron, though, so maybe that's
I like a citron.
part of it.
Yeah.
Oh, I'll bring you back some. You like limoncello? I'll bring you back some limoncello.
I'm good.
You just said you liked it.
I like it enough. I like it
when they add it for free at the end and everyone gets a shot of the limoncello.
I wouldn't be like... would you be the one person at the table when the prince comes over and is like limoncello?
Abroad, I was like free alcohol, I'll drink whatever. I'll drink nail polish remover or whatever. Now I'm a little more discerning.
Right. Nail polish remover. Just getting high off the fumes.
Whatever does the job.
Right.
Should we jump right in?
Let's jump right in.
Okay.
What
now
are we
that we've
talking
insulted
about?
the city of Florence,
the
probably in multiple
country
ways.
of Europe. I mean, my dad is the most insulting. My dad. This is his description of Europe. My dad would go, "Yeah, everywhere in Europe, there's like a river, a bridge, and a church."
That's true.
That was his description of all Europe.
I mean, he's not wrong.
He isn't wrong,
but it is beautiful. I'm excited. I'm excited for you and your Euro trip. Look at us.
Oh, I'll be updating the gram. My girlfriend will be posting the whole trip. My girlfriend, the phone.
Oh, okay. Thought you were taking the American Girl dog.
Oh, no. Yeah. Okay. My friend over there. You want me to read the email?
Yeah, let's do it.
Should I breach the friend zone?
Let's find out.
Always fun. Greetings, esteemed y'all.
A lot of intros.
Okay. I'd love to seek your advice on how to pursue a romantic interest who happens to be one of my former law school classmates. Names have been changed for privacy. Harry and I were fast friends from the first day of law school orientation about 8 years ago. Since then, we've both been extremely successful in our careers over the past 5 years and supported each other along the way. Now we're in our early 30s. He teaches a course at our law school on an adjunct basis. You know how there's certain phrases that you hear and you have no idea what they mean?
Adjunct?
But you adjunct basis to me, I'm like, oh, okay.
What does that mean? I don't know.
I don't know.
Production?
Adjunct, I believe, is like a part-time professor. Like they have another job.
Okay.
So a sub?
No, like they teach the whole semester, but they teach a class. Like just one
They're not there
class.
every. They're not
And
like
they
there
have some
every
other
year.
job they do.
Freelance.
Yeah,
Ish.
sort of.
Ish.
Okay.
Okay.
But more like impressive sounding.
Yeah, this sounds like the Kleenex instead of tissues. Like it's like, okay.
Classier.
A
Way
little
of saying
classier.
it, yes.
He teaches a course at our law school on an adjunct basis and invites me to teach a session about my specialty every year. Okay. During law school, we were not attracted to each other, as far as I know. Harry is a cis straight man who exclusively dated women who were thin, petite, with long hair during law school. I'm a queer woman who dated mostly other women or trans non-binary people during law school. My gender presentation fluctuates, and I am a curvy, plus-sized hottie with bold, short hair covering this big-ass brain.
Ooh.
I like their attitude. I like it.
Big ass brain.
Big. I'm also 90% sure he thinks I'm not interested in men. However, he has initiated a conversation with me about his own potential demisexuality or need for intellectual stimulation to have romantic or sexual interests.
Sounds very professorial,
Very.
right?
Right. It also sounds different than it is. Like demisexuality, you're like, ooh, what are you into? And they're like, just smart people. And you're like, oh, okay.
What's
never
the
mind.
one where you like idiots?
That's what I keep trying to think of a name.
I don't know. We'll have to coin it.
Demelody.
Demuality.
I guess that makes me an idiot because I can't even come up with an idiot actuality. Okay. Plus, I feel I'm clearly an intellectual equal, and we've always enjoyed playful sparring with words. Plus, I could totally rock this guy's world in the bedroom, and I would like him to rock my world.
Okay, she knows what she wants.
I've been trying to initiate a hangout with Harry since I last visited his class in January. We were both extremely busy with work, and I live 90 minutes apart. Our plans to get together have been tentatively formed many times, almost exclusively at my invitation, but have never worked out due to him backing out. I get the sense that he doesn't have much energy for dating. He's told me he's not been attracted to or dated anyone since we graduated 5 years ago. Still, we talk regularly via text about work and a wide variety of other topics. I would like to hang out without calling it a date, as friends, so I can A, feel out whether he could be interested in me in that way, and B, show him what I look like when I'm presenting in a feminine way outside of suits, as he has rarely, if ever, seen me dressed that way or wearing makeup, which I sometimes do. He certainly knows what I look like barefaced in sweats. But if I can't get together with Harry, how am I ever going to get out of the friend zone? I could ask him out now and see if that motivates him to meet up, but I don't want to ruin the friendship. Should I ask him out now or wait and see if we can ever actually get together in person, socially and not professionally? I don't want to jump the shark. Thanks so much. What do we think?
I think it's important here to figure out what your ideal situation is out of this and then what the worst case scenario is.
Okay.
So that with any of these situations where I feel like you're kind of changing up whatever rhythm of a friendship that you have before, I would think of that the range of possibilities. Because I think sometimes people just think of the positive and they're not thinking about what if it doesn't go the way that I want it to go?
Right. I guess, and let's go through the range.
Yeah.
The range is he feels the same way.
So best case scenario,
Right.
He feels the same way. You guys start dating. It lasts
A
forever,
lifetime.
and you're both very happy.
You and your big ass brains
Yes.
move to the country, have rocking chairs,
Intellectually stimulating each other all over the place.
just all up in each other's faces. Yeah. That's the best case scenario. Worst case scenario. you kind of lose what sounds to me like a semi-friend.
Mm-hmm.
Like they're 90 minutes apart. They kind of only see each other on a professional basis. They text a lot, it seems.
Right.
But there's a lot of people text a lot that it can feel like something is more than it actually is.
Right, because it feels like an intimacy.
Right.
And maybe sometimes it is.
But no one's really taking the moment out of their life for the other person. We have to admit that.
Right.
When it came to making plans, he's kind of been flimsy, flaky. Yeah. So obviously you're not that close of friends, but I do understand when someone's like, we text every day, it can feel like more of a friendship than it is, but you'd be losing out on, I guess if it went worst case scenario, you never talk again.
Right.
And you lose out on your once a semester presentation for the class, but that's
and maybe your feelings get hurt. Maybe he's not
right.
actually interested in you in that way.
Right.
Right.
Well, I guess if she opens up to him, he goes, "Hey, I see this as just a friendship and it's just professional and I'm sorry."
Right. So I think she needs to like sort of play out those things.
Mm-hmm.
She knows herself, so only she knows how big of a deal that would be to her.
Mm-hmm.
Like, is that something that would devastate her? Or is that something that she would be like, all right, I could take the loss and just move on, potentially even still be friends with him? Or I don't care that much about losing this person that I text with and we have this thing, but I'm fine if it doesn't continue.
The draw of what could be is better than the bad side.
Right.
Right. What you could end up with is better than the bad side. Now there's medium versions. Because she said she kind of just wants to rock his world in bed. She's kind of made this a sexual thing.
Right. Which might be, that's definitely a possibility.
Right. Where it's a one-time.
Let's play out the medium version.
The medium version is he's like, I'm down for this, but I'm really not looking for anything more.
Mm-hmm.
I'd love to go out and get drinks midway through our 90-minute ride. You know, you go 45, I'll go 45. There's a bar in between. Let's have fun, get a little drunk, and then get a hotel room and see what happens, or see what happens from there.
Mm-hmm.
That's a version. There's also a version where it's like, I don't know, I've never really thought of you in that way. Because I think that's a big possibility here, considering the sexuality that she described. I'm the cis white straight guy who dates.
He probably assumed that she's not interested in him.
Yeah, and I so to give what he might be thinking, because as I read this, I thought of like what I would be thinking if a friend like this, who the way they describe themselves, like I get it. When she's like, he's never dated someone like me, I don't think that matters that much.
Mm-hmm. Especially if he's bringing up, I think the fact that he's bringing up his own sexuality and like trying to explore that with her, to me leans towards he's potentially open to like some sort of relationship sexually. Right.
And I would understand if he has this fear. And this is speaking honestly.
Mm-hmm.
It is, I think a guy who's a teacher at a university more so is in tune with the nature of gender identity and sexuality, that they know that a straight guy kind of hitting on someone who only dates a certain type may be seen as kind of a faux pas.
Sure.
Where you're like assuming because you're a straight guy, well, she'll be into me.
Right.
You know what I mean? I can understand how
so he might be hesitant to even go there.
That's because I think I would. If someone was like the whole relationship, they've dated women and people who are non-binary, and I'd be like, oh, I'm not going to be
right. Or it would have to be like, for you to even think about doing that, you'd probably have to be very clear that person was interested in you.
Right. I'd be fearful to be.
So you're saying she should make the first move?
I think she kind of. I think she that would be get her answers.
Right.
I can't tell her what she should or shouldn't do, but I can say that might be something where he's never even thought of you in this way, because who am I to think that's her sexuality? It wasn't, the whole idea of like, there's no, you were born this way. Right. So I don't know. I don't want to be the guy that's old.
Even if he's thought about it.
Right.
Again, maybe he wouldn't feel comfortable acting on it.
Absolutely. I understand. That's where my mind went when I was like trying to put myself in his shoes.
Right.
Like,
but I also think that by opening this conversation with her about his sexuality, and I'm attracted to other people who I'm intellectually stimulated by, and like clearly that's her, because they have this like academic past together. So I would say that kind of hints at like her being a candidate for that.
I think that's a good hint at
she should make a move.
Make a move.
Yeah.
I do think she should make a move.
Yeah, and I think just accepting the fact that the friendship might not be the same.
Right.
In whatever direction it goes, whether you sleep together and then it's weird, or he's not interested and then it's weird. Like, I think, but again, I don't think this is like, I mean, I guess I don't know how deep of a friendship it is and how willing she would be to lose it.
I would also say it's going to change, but she seems so communicative.
Mm-hmm. She's not going to let it get weird.
I don't think so.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Based on this email, like it's like the way they describe themselves, the way they talk about their dating life and their history and what they're looking for. I'd like to rock his world. I'd like him to rock mine. It just feels like the type of person that, like, while it might be awkward, I think you will have the tools to say what this is, and it might need a break or a cooling off period. But if you want it to come back to where it is now, I don't think it's such a big hill to climb.
I could agree with that. Yeah, it could go there because you have two like mature people who are open about their feelings,
especially when they're like these analytical lawyer brains.
Right. This isn't the guy who went back and fished out the condom from the fraternity.
No,
I assume.
We would assume.
Yes.
So, what would you think is the best? What would you do in this scenario?
I think I would start with your tactic of, do you want to meet? Do you want to get a drink? We can meet somewhere in between the two of us and just meet in person, go and hang out.
Well, I think that it seems like the flakiness of him is due to like, I don't need like, it's like, what motivates people? Like,
right.
This is either going to make me money. This is either going to be love. This is either going to be sex.
Do you think she should bring it up before then?
I think there's got to be some sort of flirty text.
Okay.
I think that would be the move of like.
I guess because he doesn't live there and it wouldn't be so casual to.
If he lived within 30 minutes, I would or within the same city confines. I missed the part that they were 90 minutes apart when I first read this,
right.
And I wrote down. I was like, why? I think this is the perfect moment to be like, I'm out. Come meet me out.
Mm-hmm.
So if she can play that, where she goes maybe on a trip towards his town, she's out with friends, and then invites him to kind of come into that world, and they can have kind of a more casual social situation. Right. I think that's a way to play it, where like you go hang with other people. Hey, I'm in town. Make it quick, make it easy, make it totally like this casual, fun thing where you're meeting up, and now you have a couple drinks and you get to talking, and you go, I've been thinking about you in a different way lately. That's a kind of a
right. I like that.
That's a fun way to go.
But I guess if they're not going to be able to just like run into each other, what do you think she should just like escalate the conversation?
I think that would be the way that would be helpful.
Right.
I think that's I think it needs to be like let out, like, hey, I've been thinking of you in a different way. And the way to get into that is, ever since you mentioned the demisexual thing, I can't get off my mind that I am that person for you.
Right.
Now,
yeah,
that's a great
way to start. And that's true.
It's exactly, It seems as though that's what's happening.
And then that's an opening. If you know what I mean? I think you'll know pretty quickly from his response to that how interested he'd be in that.
There it is. And
he's like, actually, I've thought about it, and I'm not into that.
Right. Yeah. You'll get an answer right away. On the range of answers, you'll get an answer.
Right. And I think that also there is another option where he is interested, but he's not ready mentally to go there or something, so he doesn't meet up for that reason.
Right. Right. He does say, you've always
right. And he doesn't want to ruin it, and he's kind of like, well, I'm kind of interested, but I'm not enough to like make this weird.
Right. And not enough. I'll say with any, no matter sexuality, sometimes it's like, do I want to go 45 minutes for something that probably won't work out and cause me more trouble than this fun night is worth?
Right. Well, that's another question.
That's a big mathematical equation that I think everyone does.
Yeah.
And again, in the same way we're like, what are the good and what are the bad?
She's doing the same calculation.
Exactly.
Yeah. Right. So I think give it a shot.
Yeah.
Because it sounds like she's always going to think about it.
This is one I would love an update on. I would love to hear if they did like hey, that demisexual thing got me thinking we never had a thing.
I would love an update. Give us the update.
UUP at Betches.com.
And let us know as an academic if there is a word for dating stupid people.
It'd be hard to admit to that.
right?
I like
yeah.
fucking
What's
idiots.
your type?
I Googled it.
Yeah.
Yes. According to Urban Dictionary.
Okay.
Not sure how
okay.
that source is. It's morophilia.
Like
Moro-
moron. Okay.
Yeah.
From the Greek moron.
Yeah.
Okay.
Philia at the end makes it
Morophilia.
dirtier for some reason.
I like it. All right, morophilia.
Morophilia.
It'd be very funny to test that out with, what are you into?
Morophilia.
Yeah, when you're on a date.
I'm a morophilia.
Yeah.
Oh,
So I
what's
feel
that?
like I'm on the date for me.
What's that? It also sounds like one of the. I'd love to have some more feeling ya.
And that's how you know you're with the right person. Anyway, we will be back on Wednesday with our regularly scheduled episode. The U Up podcast is produced by Sean Kilby, Maddie Paul, and Jorge Morales Pico. Editing by Jorge Morales Pico. Social media by Maddie Paul. Be sure to follow at u.up.podcast on Instagram and send us your emails to uup@betches.com.